think at the end of the day, when times are bad, clients need really senior experienced interims. When times are good, they also need good transformation interims.
I'm Dan, I'm an associate partner at INX, part of the INgroup.
Hi, I'm Annie, I'm also an associate partner in INX, part of the INgroup. It's been a really good market, particularly on the interim side. I think a lot of that was probably a backlog of projects and programs of work from COVID. So in particular, I've noticed from my clients a lot in the digital area, even though I work completely across sector in our change and transformation team in INX. I think a lot of it's been media, online, publishing clients. A lot of my clients also are in the insurance space and they've been launching new products. So overall, yeah, can't complain really, Dan. Very good, busy market.
I think from a permanent perspective, it's been exactly the same. I think COVID has really bottlenecked some projects, and we've been looking specifically in the retail e-com space has been probably the biggest part of our business over the past 12 months. I'd say that construction, manufacturing are starting to feel some headwinds now, but over the past 12 months it's been really busy.
So Dan, what you're talking about in terms of the retail side from an interim perspective, last year, particularly the back end of last year, we saw increased activity at the higher end retail with our clients. I think this year going forward, hopefully there'll be increased demand in that area where maybe the lower end retail brands might constrict, with everyone being a lot more aware of their spending and budget, but I think higher end will probably be less affected, or fingers crossed won't be.
I think two key areas that we've been looking at are data and security have been the highest priority for CIOs at the moment. So anything where a client wants to get a product to market and really putting the customer at the centre of the needs has been really important, and data is really driving that. So anything with that product data focus for permanent search activity has been really high priority. I'm sure it's been the same in interim.
Yeah, I completely agree. I suppose three themes that have kept coming up for me last year were data, digitization, and then target operating model off the back of COVID also, and people changing their TOM. I can't really see that changing too much this year looking forward. Already some clients in December last year were talking to me about, right, we need to get budget aligned roles approved for this year coming up, because there's going to be big digital programs launching regardless of what's going on in the economy. I think at the end of the day, when times are bad, clients need really senior experienced interims. When times are good, they also need good transformation interims. So I think looking forward, hopefully still there'll be that need for kind of senior exec interims to go and kind of launch those particularly kind of digital programs, data transformation programs.
But I think we've seen a shift as well in terms of how CIOs are adding value rather than cutting costs. So for me, from a permanent perspective, I do think that CIOs are coming in to drive business value, and they actually own quite commercial P&Ls now that they actually have to drive business value rather than it being, and I'm sure next year is going to be an interesting one with the R word being thrown around. I'm not sure if that will be, they'll have to switch their focus a little bit more and become more cutting costs for operating, because recession is just too bad.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be unavoidable that depending on the sector, some of our clients will have to go through big cost optimization programs. I think regardless anyway, businesses still need to keep going forward. Audits are still going to happen. They're going to have gaps because probably would have reduced headcount. Something I've been speaking a lot to my clients about is the fact that they might have already cut lots of people in the business, and then in those gaps they might need flexible resource. And I think that's where I can see a real, a short-term opportunity to plug in really senior interims. They can go help the company cut costs and then leave at the end of the day. And I think the client hopefully feels comforted by the fact that they haven't committed to permanent resource.